G.I. Joe, we might have a Spectrum special for y'all today.
Nah, we're gonna be good money today.
We're gonna be good.
We're gonna be good.
All right. We're gonna get that good. We're gonna get that bad energy up out of here, G.I. Joe. Good energy only, good vibes only on this beautiful September fall day, September 26, 2022. Week 4, Overreaction. Monday, man. We back on one half of the pod. Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
What's goody?
You know, we fresh off the heels of another wild Sunday slate. Storylines, the NFL, the parody is crazy this year. I love it. I'm enjoying it. What's your instant reaction just from Sunday as a whole right now?
Instant reaction that teams are not separating themselves right now. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing for the league. You know what I mean? But right now, it's like you got a bunch of teams right there in the pack. Even like the one and two teams, are like teams that are very like they're talented. They're playing hard. So right now, I just feel like it's not real separation amongst the teams. And I think that is a good thing for the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think, anytime you can have that parity as a league, that's what leagues are always talking about, parity. And we know as players, it's always any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Regardless of who's ranked where, how a backup quarterback or backup this or backup that, like you got to go out there and play the ball game for 60 minutes. And put yourself in a position to walk out of there with a W at home or on the road. We had a lot of home underdogs this week. A lot of surprises too, man. But this is why I love the NFL, is because you get that real any given Sunday factor. And it's only 17 games. You only got 17 chances. Not like baseball, not like basketball. You got a bunch of games. You have a bad game, you can come out the next night and have a better one and get things sewn up. You got 60 minutes to go out there and get a win or lay an egg. And we saw both yesterday. We're going to talk about them all. It's race week as well at F1. So I might squeeze that in there, pause, about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. With Singapore, baby, let me. But pause.
A good minute. Get you a good minute.
Okay, good minute, man. But
we could
yeah,
man. Pop off with that. We could pop off with that because we can't talk about this good football we got going on. On Sunday from yesterday, and then we got a good Monday nighter.
Good. I don't know about a good one. We got a Monday nighter though.
Nah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
You see that Sunday nighter we got?
Now that was hot garbage.
Man.
Well, no. I think
yes. I know we defensive guys, but that shit was trash.
So let me speak on that. I think the way we've grown accustomed to what the league wants us to see as far as like a high scoring game. I'm like, man, for real, like that's not football. Like you want to see some good hard-nosed ball. Obviously, you want to see some good offensive ball. But like we always don't want to see a 40 to 35 or 38, 35 game. I get it. That's what brings the people to the I'm a defensive guy, man. I like to see a good defensive game.
Yeah, me too. But I ain't trying to be up at 11 o'clock watching an 11-10 ball game. That's defensive game or not. I feel like the whole game.
Shout out to the defense,
start.
Man. Y'all came
the
out
stars of that game were the punters and the punt teams. That like if you were a special teams guy, you were fourth down Army guy, you were excited about that game last night. We had quarterbacks stepping out the back of the end zone. We had drop passes left and right. It was just bad ball. It was bad. You can say I know we are defensive guys, but that was a bad product last night. 3
phases to the game, baby.
That was a horrible product last night.
You know,
but shit. I watched it, so we'll see what the ratings were. But so we'll see y'all on the other side, man. Coming out with some F4 news, and then we'll give it football. Oh, damn, we gotta look at these records. Just show AB records, Tony. You ain't gotta put mine on. We'll see y'all on the other side.
Please. Man, go ahead and get your 1 minute of that F1 talk, man.
Yep.
Go ahead and get your minute.
Can y'all hear me? We still good?
Yeah, we still good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. I took my headphones out because I wanted to sound well. Okay, we good. We good money. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all like AB.
Go ahead and get your minute, man.
See, I can't hear you. Hold on, cuz. All right, let me get my situation situated up here real quick. All right, there we go. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all like AB. That shit was some hot garbage last night. I'm mad I stayed up for it. I was talking shit from probably the second quarter on and still watched every minute of that thing. You AB, I can't hear you.
Why you can't hear me?
Can y'all hear AB?
You went to your time with that F1 talk now.
Let me know if y'all can hear AB because I can't hear. We can hear both of you. All right. Might be me then.
We count down. See, that boy D, but he don't want to talk.
We can hear both of you. Well, I can't hear AB. Ain't that about a bet?
G.I. Joe, you called it. G.I. Joe.
Yo.
Yeah. You good?
Come on, what's going on? All right, there we go.
You got that spectrum.
Nah, I don't know what's going on, man. It might be on stream, y'all. But anyway,
you 30 seconds into your minute.
Singapore Grand Prix returns. Where's Singapore, AB?
Yep.
What country Singapore? Where's Singapore? What continent is that on?
It's Asia.
Huh?
It's Asia.
Singapore Grand Prix is back. The first time since 2019. My geography is horrible. I just want to let y'all know that. That's why I asked AB for real. But it's a night race. Y'all make sure y'all check it out, man. It's going to be dope. Max will probably top the world championship this year, but it's going to be a cool race. It's going to be a special race. They've been off for a few weeks. I'm glad it's back. Even if I'm the only one, I'm glad that we're back talking some F1. I'll be talking more Thursday, and it's going to be the first weekend that FanDuel allows me to put together my own Super Boost. Speaking of FanDuel, I'll be putting together a same game parlay tonight. Hopefully we hit it. Ryan Tannehill won't be playing to fuck that up. But yeah. All right, let's start. You want to go backwards? Want to preview the game tonight and then get into Sunday's games? You want to talk about yesterday's game?
Let's talk about yesterday's game, and then we'll get to Monday night.
All right, we'll get to this stinker later on. We'll get to this Cooper Rush, Daniel Jones stinker later on. But
we're gonna start off with the Colts, man. Colts, huge win for the Indianapolis. Huge win. I know I had the Chiefs going into Lucas Oil and getting that win. Darius, you did too.
Yeah.
The Colts, man, they were able to to capitalize on the Chiefs not playing well. Colts right now 1-1-1. I think
take it.
Yeah, definitely would take it. Second in the AFC South at the moment. What was your takes away from this game, man?
Man, we played with some sense of urgency. We played with some sense of urgency, especially on the defensive side of the ball. The defense, starting with that front, we always talk about the trenches. That defensive front showed up, and then they did what they had to do on the back end as well. But it started up front from jump. They came out to set a tone. Gus Bradley had them boys flying around. Even in that first half with Matt Ryan, oh boy, like he was going out his way to give the Chiefs a chance because we had them bottled up. We had Patrick Mahomes in that offense bottled up, and then Matt Ryan with a couple fumbles, which we got to fix those issues. He got to fix those issues, and ASAP gave them some short fields and got them in the end zone a couple times. But that defense, man, they came out, set the tone early, and got it done. Jelani Woods, the rookie, you can see it down here, 2 receptions, 13 yards. Started off the game with a touchdown. Yep. We had a short field, and then ended the game with the touchdown as well. But huge win, man. We needed it. Everybody was talking about, hey, who's the biggest disappointment in the league? What's going on in Indy? Everybody thought, the Chiefs would walk in here and just handle business. We both picked them. But that 5.5-point line, Vegas knew something. That line was fishy from the jump. And it's definitely a conversation to be had about this Chiefs offense minus Tyreek Hill.
I hate the media.
Minus Tyreek Hill, because that even in that Chargers game, that shit got bailed out. That Chiefs offense looking like some mid right now. If we keep it honest, if we keep it real, that Chiefs offense is looking real regular right now. What was your thoughts on that huge win from our Colts?
Huge win, like you said. They were able to take advantage of the Chiefs' mistakes. The muff punt, short field, go in there and score. Again, I don't think Patrick Mahomes and them they didn't look good yesterday, but the Colts, man, they was able to get it done. Like you said, defense flying around, down and getting around the edge. Still some question marks there on the O line. So if you want to put it on Matt Ryan, you have to take care of that ball. But the O line, man, got to show some things up on the pass block, pass pro. But again, a huge win, man. A huge win for our Colts. They can definitely rally off of this win. But to go to the Chiefs, man, Chiefs. I think game one. Oh man, the Chiefs offense not missing.
Who they played?
I said the Chiefs week 1.
I know. I'm saying who the Chiefs played week 1.
Who did they play week 1?
I forgot for real. But anyway, back to your point. They did look. They look great.
They look good. Then week 2, So now it's like, oh, now do they miss Tyreek Hill because of 1 week? I just hate the media. Like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I would say this week for sure. I just hate the fact that how we spend things week to week. You know what I mean? And
they played the Cardinals week 1.
Okay, they played the Cardinals week 1. Week 2, who they play?
Chargers.
The Chargers. So again,
got bailed out twice. 2 interceptions. Sante Samuel and somebody else got a pick too. They called it bullshit PI.
Bailed out. I mean, that's football. But I just, I just hate how we spin it every week. It has to be something. You know what I'm saying?
Overreaction Monday, AB. That's what today is for. That's what media. We are media members. That is what we are here for, to overreact. And my overreaction is,
I get it.
The Chiefs offense, they went from 93. I won't put them at 87 right now, but that shit looking real 89-ish.
And then next week, come out and have a Jones. Then you know what I'm saying? Like, as I was always taught to keep an even kill. If you go,
I ride the ebbs and flows.
You'll be crazy. But I also want to tap into something, right? So going into halftime, Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he really liked how they went into the halftime, right? So you see him and Eric Bieniemy, having a conversation. You know, Andy
Yep.
comes up, all right, man, we good, fellas. I don't know if it was last night or today. Shady McCord came out and was like, man, that's all Eric B do is argue with players. He doesn't know anything about the pass game. Like,
I don't like that.
Do you take anything away from those comments? I don't like it either. I didn't think that was. I ain't like that move. But a lot of people are saying like, okay, now is this the reason why Eric Bieniemy hasn't, as a head coach? Like, what are your how you feel about that?
So just for a little bit of context, Shady been on this wave for a minute since his Kansas City days. He was outspoken about the relationship with Eric Bieniemy and how he talks to players and this, that, and the third. And there are things that we're not privy to. We don't know when he's going into these interviews, when he's what's said behind closed doors about him. Obviously, his production on the field, his resume, he's. Looking at his resume, he should have had a head coaching job years ago, 3-4 years ago. I think everybody that's followed the game knows that, but there are other things that go into it. And I think this is a personal thing. This is a personal thing between Shady and him. And now that Shady is a member of the media, his voice is a little louder when he speaks on things. And then, like you said, when you see a conversation like that, we know those type of things happen all the time in the game. Heading into halftime and shit, you're a quarterback. You Patrick Mahomes. Damn right. I want a shot. Like, why are we handing the ball off before half? This defensive line been kicking our ass, and that's probably where Eric Bieniemy see like, hey man, I don't want nothing to go wrong. Forced fumble, strip sack. Yeah. So let's just get into the half right now. So I understand it from both sides. The player been a player and the coach been a coach. And that shit happens. There was another blow up on the sideline I saw on the Jets sideline with Quentin Williams. Yeah. I ain't never seen him act like that, but I guess the coach must have said something sideways, and he stood up, and the coach stood up too. Like,
coach don't want none of them problems.
None of them. But that shit, tempers flare. It's a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on during those 60 minutes, man. You trying to do whatever, scratch and claw to get a win, coaches and players alike. So I don't take nothing from it. Obviously, now the part of the comment that I hated was he don't know anything about the pass game. He don't know any. Like, come on, man. This dude done won Super Bowls. He done been calling plays. He's in the championship game every week. And yes, you got a great quarterback and a great head coach, Andy Reid, that he's been learning from. But that doesn't just happen with him just arguing with players every day. So once again, I think that's some personal shit. But as far as a conversation between Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy, those type of things happen every week. I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal. But big win for our coach, man. Big win. In this league, it don't matter how you get them. Especially when you need one. You need one, and they got one. So I'm proud of those guys for fighting back against the wall. A lot of people, were counting them out. And they found a way to get a win, man. So I love to see it.
1-1. As always,
1-1.
Get out this first quarter on the positive side. So week 4, man. Coach, man, get that dub.
Yes, sir. Tony, you got to change that one graphic with the Raiders and the Texans because there's only one 0-3 team right now. And that is AB's Las Vegas Raiders, who he picked to win the AFC West, if I recall.
You might be lying on the show.
Yeah, I definitely made that shit up. But the Raiders, actually, before we get to this one, I know AB want to show y'all.
Chill.
We might well get to it, but let's get it out the way, bro.
Nah, we don't gotta get it out the way, bro. We good money. We good money right now. We good money. Raiders and Titans. In this game, I did pick the Raiders to win. I think D-Buck picked the Titans. Titans or Raiders tried to make a push towards the end of the game, a failed 2-point conversion. You said, Mike Vrabel, Derrick Henry, and that defense will get back on track. Derrick Henry, 20 carries, 85 yards, a tug. He had 5 catches for 58 yards. Titans was able to get the win, man. Raiders, the only team in the league without a win, 0-3. I don't think anybody's seen this coming. With the big signing, Devontae Adams, Him going with his, his college quarterback and having all that firepower on the offensive side, signing Chandler Jones, got 2 bookends coming off the edge. And now they sitting at 0-3. They said Josh McDaniels had a closed door meeting. What's going on over there in Vegas, man?
Now I saw somebody tweet it. Now they see why Bill Belichick hasn't named it offensive coordinator, because Josh McDaniels gonna be back in a few weeks. But nah, man, they ain't been able to figure it out. It's tough. It's a fine line between winning and losing in the league, and everybody knows that. But this Josh McDaniels' second time around as a head coach. Like you said, on paper, man, they look good. You got the quarterback. You add a weapon like Devontae Adams, who a lot of people could, see him as the best receiver in the National Football League. You bring him over with Waller and with Renfro, with all these weapons, and it hasn't amounted to a win yet through 3 games. Literally the only team in the league to be 0-3. I believe the Texans are 0-2-1. And then and we looked at that division. They ain't starting off as hot as everybody thought they would, but that is still the AFC West with a lot of talent in there. Denver Broncos, as ugly as their wins have been, they are sitting at 2-1 right now. Right. Obviously, the Chiefs are 2-1, and then the Chargers, I believe, the Chargers 1-2 right now.
Yeah, your Chargers are 1-2.
Yeah, my Chargers are 1-2 right now. They got their ass whooped out, against Jacksonville.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But hey, this is tough. This is tough. Nobody saw this coming. They're gonna have to rally the troops. They are week 4. They already facing a must-win game going into week 4. Yes. The pressure is on everybody in that building to get one. We'll see how they respond. That's what the league's about. It's about responding to Titans after being embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of the world. Quarterback was pulled early. Derrick Henry didn't do much of anything on prime time. They bounced back. Vrabel had the boys ready to go. They were in control of this game the whole time. Raiders made a late push, but they handled business at home. And the Titans figured out they got to win. They needed to win. But, these Raiders team, only team in the league to be 0-3. Man, what was your thoughts on this one?
Man, like you said, I wasn't expecting this at all with the way the Raiders were able to maneuver last year offensively, and then be able to add a weapon like Devontae Adams. I just thought that this shit was about to look crazy on some like Buffalo Bills-esque type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But right now, man, it's not a good look. It's another team that should probably be having a players only meeting early in the season to see what's up, like what can we change. Something has to be changed, whether it's schedule or whatever. Again, this is Overreaction Monday, so not a good place to be in if you're the Las Vegas Raiders. Again,
not at all.
Supposedly being in the toughest division in football this year, man. So hopefully some things can get turned around quickly for the Raiders. Good job by the Titans being able to get it up, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, man. And then Devontae Adams, his last 2 games, 48 yards in his last 2 games, 2 touchdowns, 48 yards. Like, yeah. Come on now. 48 yards?
You bring somebody like that in your locker room.
30 what? 30 pay him 30 a year. We gotta find a way. So like we said, the Raiders only winless teams. Raiders sitting at 0-3. Texans sitting at 0-2-1 right now.
Yeah.
Texas at the Bears. Bears found a way to win this game. I watched some of it. Justin Fields, it didn't look good. Nah. It didn't look good, Justin Fields. They didn't do a bunch this all season to help you out as far as putting talent around you. But at some point, it still comes down to the plays you make, decisions you make, throws you make. And Justin Fields got to be better across the board. Khalil Herbert balled. Wish I had on my fantasy team yesterday. Texans once again made it a fight. I like Petrie too. I like 5. He fly around, make plays back there. Young team. I think I think they're building something there with Lovey. But Bears found a way to win, and it was a 3-point. I think this was a 3-point spread, so this was a tie of the weekend for a lot of spread bettors. But any thoughts on this game?
None. Ugly game. Ugly game. Like you said, I was going to say the same thing about Justin Fields. Like, he was able to, get this win. Sitting at 2-1 right now. Not pretty, but like we said earlier, if you can find a way to win in the league, that's a plus.
Take it. Yeah.
I think defensive side of the ball, Eddie Jackson, being able to get his hands on some balls like he's done in previous years. So that's a plus, man. But again, man, not much on this game. Bears surprisingly sitting at 2-1. So we'll see if Justin Fields can continue to improve as the year progresses.
Because he's got to. He got to for sure. Jaguars, your Jacksonville Jaguars, the team. When I got on this pod and asked AB, what's the team right now that nobody's talking about that could surprise everybody and have that Bengals type run to the playoffs, even crazy enough, a Super Bowl run? AB, without hesitation, said, D-But, I've been telling you about these Jacksonville Jaguars, man. Made some moves coaching-wise, personnel-wise. I like what they're doing for Trevor Lawrence. Went out to LA and kicked one of my teams' ass. We were limping a little bit, but 38-10, Jaguars beat the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence, 28 for 39, 262, and 3 tuds. What's your takeaways from this game, man? This was one of the shockers of the weekend, I think.
Nah, it was. And even the score, like 38-10. I picked the Jags to win, but I did not pick them to win. I didn't think they were going to win like this, But again, man, like you said at the beginning of the season, man, just the first of all, the coach that you bring in, great pedigree, a track record, that he knows what he's doing, right? And again, as we always talk about, a thing about success in this league is built on culture, right? What type of culture do you have? What type of foundation are you trying to set?
Yeah.
And from there, it's like, you look at the quarterback, right? And we talked about, okay, who can have a Cincinnati Bengals type of season, right? Joe Burrow, his leap from year 1 to year 2 was tremendous. And I just felt like Trevor Lawrence could have that as well. He could have a major leap. And then from there, it's like, okay, in order for a quarterback to have a major leap, what type of support cast does he have, right? And then you go out there and you get, Christian Kirk, Travis, Etienne, his former college teammate back healthy. And then, you go out there and you make some moves on the defensive side of the ball, man. So again, that was kind of my sleeper. And confidence, man. Like the team, when you win and when you playing confident, like that shit molds success. You feel me?
Right.
That molds success. So those guys, they're out there, they're playing confident. They go and beat and punish supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, one of the best quarterbacks on the road. Even though Herbert was trying to play through injury, but they went out there and punished them boys from start to finish. It wasn't even a game. So I ain't gonna sit here and say I told y'all so, but Tone, let's put this up and put this out here, because nobody in the media thought the Jaguars could do this. So man, shout out to Jacksonville Jaguars. I hated it in the AFC South. They lead in the AFC South right now, but the Jags, man, they got something over there. They got something over there.
Personally, I know it's the Jags, and like you said, division rivals for us. But I love to see this, man. I like to see because we talk about all the time, but coaching matters. Culture matters. Those relationships, and because we spend so much time with each other, man, it's not just about the X's and O's. Like, people got to build some trust and got to want to go out there and play and fight for each other, and to see, the strides that Trevor Lawrence is taking. He had a bad rookie year, in my opinion. And this was his first road win, as a pro. So getting that monkey off your back. I think he was 0-9 through his first 9, same as Peyton. Got his first win on the road. I believe, against the Chargers, which is the same as Peyton. So wow, some eerie similarities there. But love to see it, man. Somebody asked in the chat, was Urban Meyer the worst head coach in the NFL? Yes, clearly he was, not only because of what he was putting on the field, but all the stories and what was coming out of the buildings. And a lot of people were kind of against that hire from the jump. I was one of the loud voices on that as well. But love to see it for Trevor Lawrence. Love to see it for the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. It's been a long time. They had a couple years where they kind of went on a little run and then everything went back to shit. Yeah. So to see them back on the up and up, at least at this point in the season, that was a long season. How do you sustain this? How do you start sustaining success when the Jaguars pull up in your building? You say, all right, we got to play some ball today. They're not sneaking up on anybody, I'm sure. And that defense, man, I know Trevor Lawrence is going to get a lot of the headlines, as he should. But that defense flying around, man. Josh Allen, Walker up front, like Rashawn Jenkins, the safety number 2. He's making plays every time the tape comes on. They playing ball on both sides of the ball. So love to see it, man.
Yeah. Hey, question for you. You know, Justin Herbert, right? You know, and I mean, kudos to him. You know, kudos to him fighting through the rib injury. But reports were coming out saying, I forgot what type of procedure that they was trying to, or I don't know. I'm not gonna say trying to. I don't know if they did or not. But the procedure that they were trying to do,
shot to the
ribs, man. And I kind of tweeted out yesterday, like, it might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm like, man, Justin Herbert, if they got to do all of this, Justin Herbert might want to just sit this one out. You know, you don't want to go out there and make the injury more serious. And now, you know, as the season progresses, that injury still is lingering. What's your thought process on like moving forward with Jay Herbert, man? Your quarterback, your guy.
Yeah, man. You know, like I said earlier, we only get 17. We only get 17, and you played with a guy, you know, Peyton, who he was going to be out there more times than obviously he had some, you know, bad injuries, but he was going to be out there. You know, Tom's going to be out there. Eli, when he was out there, Big Ben, like these quarterbacks, Phillip Rivers, like these quarterbacks, you're going to be out there with your guys, you know, and he went out there and he made one throw from that game that I was like, all right. He's straight. He'll be all right. But, you know, Slater went down. Joey Bosa went down. J.C. Jackson wasn't playing. A lot of guys weren't playing, but it's no excuses, no explanations. Yeah. I'm sure you done got shot up. You done did some things to get out there and play in the game that a lot of people would probably say, hey, AB, chill, you know, take a couple weeks off, get back right. But you know how it is. You want to be out there with your guys, and for your guys, you want to play the game and try to win. And he didn't want to see Chase Daniels going out there and lead the squad at home. So I respect it. And I'll talk about one of my other quarterbacks a little later on that fought through injury as well. But this is a situation where if the doctors protect the player from themselves, they do it. But I guess everybody's on the same page saying, hey, we can shoot him up, we can protect it, and go out there and play. And that's what he did. Obviously, the team didn't get the job done. Herbert didn't get the job done. It was ugly. But now you got to bounce back. You know, no excuses, no explanations. That's the choice he made to go out there and play.
Not at all.
Got to go out there and, you know, figure it out.
But, no excuses here. I mean, go ahead. I know. Go ahead and get the Miami and the
Miami Dolphins #1. Let's go, man. I told you guys I picked this team. Made it late, last second switch to the division winner. Went with my Dolphins plus 450 to win this division, and it's early. It is, but we 3-0. And we just beat the big bad Bills, brought their ass down here to Miami, put them on that visitor sideline, fried their ass up, sweated out all that, whatever they had in them, and set their ass down, man. The Bills actually ran 90 plays on offense this past Sunday. Only had 17 points, and then we had the butt punt. They gave them another 2. But shout out this Dolphins defense first and foremost for withstanding all. It was one drive. They had the ball 10 minutes, and then it held them to 3 points. So all those yards, all those plays, you know, that don't mean nothing if once you get in those critical scoring situations, the defense tightens up, and that's what they did. Javon Holland, young superstar to safety position. Love watching him play. 9.5 tackles, forced fumble. 1.5 sacks.
Should have had a pick.
yesterday. What's that?
So I think he should have had a pick.
Should have had a pick. But playmaker, man. Waddle showed up again, 4 catches, 102 yards, one big late post down in the middle of cover 2. Might make the everything DB real this week. But Tua got knocked out early. They trying to say it's a back injury. The NFL doing their best PR push. So if you watch any NFL sponsored coverage, it's barely even going to mention the concussion protocol. It's going to talk about the back injury that he sustained and came back. But we all saw it. We all been watching football and playing football for a long time. He had his bell rung. I think he jumped up a little too early.
Man was drunk out there.
Definitely punch drunk. But he came out the second half, and it's football. Maybe I'm old school, and it's not the best thing for player safety. But we saw Teddy Two Gloves come in about 2-3 plays, and them doctors looked over at Tua and said, "It was your back, right?" And Tua said, "Yeah." And then we put him back in there, and he got the job done, man. So shout out to my Dolphins. Huge win at home. The vibes are high down here, man, down here in South Florida, man. What was your thoughts on this game? Damn, Josh Allen, 63 pass attempts.
Yeah. Dolphins did what they were supposed to do, man. They at home, division rival. They were supposed to get, come out and play well. Again, no excuses, no explanations. Bills had a ton of people out, defensively in the secondary. We can talk about that, but again, no excuses, no explanations. The Bills, they had chances to win this game. They had chances to win the game, like you said, like running 90 plays on offense. You look at the stat sheet, there's no way in hell the Dolphins win this game. But again, we talk about the foundation, we talk about the culture. Mike McDaniels, he's doing a great job over there, and we was kind of talking about it before we got on air. And Tua, he's stepping up to be one of those guys, man.
Yeah,
one of those guys. And I'm gonna tip my hat off to him, even though, like I said, like if we talk about player safety, there's no way in hell he should have came back in that game and played, but he did, and he came back in and he led his team. Play. I mean, I think we sit back as players and we go back after the game and we always talk about it's 5 plays of a game that kind of tells the difference, And one play you just talked about it when Jalen Waddle, it was 3rd and probably like 24 or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. 3rd and 22, I think.
3rd and 22.
Crazy.
And in my mind, it's like, okay, play deep and break down on everything. And for that play to happen, I'm like, ooh, that's when you're missing your 2 veteran safeties. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like those type of situations. It's like, all right, well, 3rd and 22, they either gonna run a screen and try to get the ball into Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle's hand, or they gonna go deep. But again, another great game. I'm anxious and I can't wait.
Hey, what a throw, Tua.
It was a great throw, great catch. I can't wait for the Dolphins. I can't wait for game number 2. I can't wait for game.
Yeah. Facts. It'll be in Buffalo. It was a beautiful, hot, humid day down here. Man. We wouldn't have won it any other way. Them boys was limping to the finish line on the Bills side.
I had a game similar to this in Miami, right? Colts in Miami. Miami, they probably out of 60 minutes, I think Miami had the ball. I think we had the ball for like 19 minutes that game.
Wow.
We had the ball for 19
minutes. We only ran 38 plays, I think.
We had the ball for 19 minutes. We were on the field the entire game. Defense was. This was when the Wildcat, when Ronnie Brown, Ricky Williams, and Osafa Polite, they had that Wildcat going. We could not stop them. But we was able to win that game at the end of the game, man. But when I was looking at them boys yesterday, I'm like, that's the exact we was feeling down there in Miami, man. But again, great game. Yeah,
them boy were hurt. Them boy were hurt, man. But that's part of home field advantage. I know AB want everybody in the dome.
Dome it up, baby.
It ain't always about the snow and the rain. Sometimes it's about that heat and humidity, man, but they got the job done with Tua only throwing 18 passes. Still got the job done though. Somebody asked, what's that?
What's that guy?
Hold on. Somebody asked, what's that? Because some people obviously don't know NFL history over here.
Man, so we got records from week 3. That shit sounds
Miami Dolphins.
shit weak, man. Record from week 3. Moneyline. I was 10-5.
Victory Monday.
Spread. I was 11-3-1 yesterday. But trash ass.
Hey, 10-5 on the money line. 7-7-1 against the spread. And yes, Nakiba, that's exactly what the 1972 undefeated Dolphins listened to. Miami Dolphins #1. But AB, this against the spread this week in the NFL, I mean any week, 11-3-1 is impressive. But we've had 18 games so far in this year decided by 3 points or fewer, the most in NFL history through 3 weeks. So for you to come out of here 11-3-1, hey, tip the cap to you, bud.
Just y'all tap in with your boy, man. We ain't gonna forget our producer Tone. Moneyline, he was 8-7. Against the spread, he was 9-5-1. Y'all tap in with your boy, man. And we're gonna go to records through week 3. Moneyline, I'm 28-18-1 against the spread. 25-21-1. We're gonna pick this thing up as the season continues. First 2 weeks was a little sluggish, but look, I think I found my stride this week.
Hey, every week's a new week, man. All right, so let's get back to the drawing board this week, and I may look at your homework a little more this this time around. But I'm 28-18-1 money line, and then 22-24-1 against the spread. So I got to get over 500. AB's up there over 500, and then Tone is 20-26-1 money line, and then 18-28-1 ATS. But AB definitely said use his picks as a cheat sheet on the Saturday pick show.
Hey,
he was right, man.
You do what you want with it. I ain't gonna cover. I ain't gonna put my arm over my sheet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit back. If you want to cut your eye, cut your eye. If you don't, if you want to go on your own, you go on your own. Just use it.
He was right, man. He did his thing, man. Another person who did his thing. Lamar Jackson continues to be special, man. Ravens handled business on the road at Foxborough, got the win and covered the spread. Won the game 37-26 against the Patriots. Devontae Parker had a big game, his first big game with the Pats. But Lamar Jackson, man, a lot of people's league MVP right now. 18 for 29, 218 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns. And then on the ground, 11 carries, 107 yards, and 1 tud, man. The price continues to go up. You're looking real expensive out there, Lamar. What was your thoughts on this one?
Hey, man. Lamar, man, keep betting on yourself, man. Look at this, man. Stats through 3 games, man. 63.6% complete percentage, 749 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 INTs, 243 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. And those 243 rushing yards, that's the 4th most in the NFL right now. You know what I mean?
I think the most touchdown passes.
Yeah, so Lamar Jackson, man, keep doing your thing. Keep betting on yourself, brother. Defensively, I still think the defense needs to pick it up a little more. You know, they was able to make some plays late in the game. Humphreys was able to get a pick. You know, the Rook was able to get a forced fumble. But Lamar, man, he's doing his thing, man. He's doing it, leading that offense, leading that team, and I love to see it. I love to see it. What you think?
I love to see it as well. Hey, where we at with this though? We know Deshaun Watson did what he did with the 230, fully guaranteed, unprecedented.
Yep.
Now we got Lamar on the MVP year, as you said, betting on himself. Is he going to get the richest contract ever? What do you think?
I'm gonna put the good juju in the atmosphere. He's gonna continue to play the way he's playing this year. Bruh, when he signs his long-term deal, it will be the richest deal we've ever seen.
As it should be.
It's going to be the richest deal that we've ever seen. Again, I'm putting the good juju out there. He's going to continue to play the way that he's playing. And even if they do try to be some slime balls and franchise tag him, because I mean, at the end of the day, let's not be naive. This is a business.
It's business. Right? They have his rights.
Yep, this is a business, right? So again, they're gonna be like, well, shit, he can't do it 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? So it might be a good possibility that they franchise tag him next year, which that number is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it comes time for Lamar Jackson to sit down in front of them people and sign his deal, and I'm gonna go on record, like I like him representing himself. You know what I mean? He going against the norm. Like, yeah, it's he's doing something different. And I like that. You know what I mean? So again, it's gonna be the richest deal, man. Lamar, keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah, I love it, man. And I feel like you can the guys at the top or at the bottom can kind of represent themselves because you know what the market is. You know what it's hitting on. And a lot of people have a lot of questions and a lot of this, a lot of that. But nobody better than I when Matt Stafford in Detroit became the highest paid quarterback in the league, or Sam Bradford was making X amount of that. Like these very middle tier quarterbacks, at least at the time, with great stats and this, that, and the third, making enormous amounts of money. But then when you get like a guy like Lamar who does it differently, he's definitely one of one, and you're not gonna turn on the tape and you say, oh yeah, this is Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Nah, this is a different animal, different beast. And he does it in a special way in the air and on the ground. So yeah, they got. I mean, this is what it is. I said weeks and weeks ago, get a man 4 years, 200, fully guaranteed.
That's it.
If you know what I mean, like fully guaranteed, and he hit the bank again before he turned 30. But we'll see what the Ravens do. They said no more negotiations during the season, and I know they back there, looking like damn.
They probably text him, hey, big head. Hey, big head, what you doing?
Hey, big head, I know you got the day off today. What you on today? Let's come through. Let's talk.
Let's go to lunch. Hey, big head, you know what I'm saying? But hey, look, man, that today's price. What Fat Joe said? Yesterday's
price
is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price, and neither is it for Jalen Hurts MVP odds. I got to check these out, actually, because I know they something crazy now. I should have bet on it early because I've been telling you guys from the beginning of the season about this guy and about my team, my Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. But Jalen Hurts, man, another great game, and doing it from the pocket. He's always a weapon with his legs, but doing it from the pocket with his mind and with his arms, and that's a nightmare for defense. 22 for 35, 340 yards, and 3 TDs in the commanding win over the Commanders. No revenge game for Carson Wentz. They got, I think, 8 sacks on him yesterday. They beat him up. Never got anything going offensively. Eagles, man, a lot of people are saying looking like the best team in football. Definitely looking like the best team in the NFC. Are you finally on the bandwagon? Are you on board with my Philadelphia Eagles, AB?
Shit, I picked them. Man, look at here. I'm on that train, and I think I was hanging on at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fully jumped on, but I definitely was, running, trying to jump on. But nah, man, Eagles, man, just complimentary football. They look good. I think we talked about it week 1 when the Eagles was in Detroit and AJ Brown went off, right? And it's like, man, like you got AJ Brown, he went off, and then yesterday Devontae Smith went off. I think he had the most.
Boy, I thought he was gonna crack 200.
Yeah, I think he had the most receiving yards so far in his young career. You know what I mean?
So for sure, yeah.
So to have them two guys outside, man, and then you got Goddard that's he's making plays when he get the ball in his hands, man. Like Jalen Hurts they have the formula over there. Like it's up to them to mess it up for real. And then you look on the defensive side of the ball, secondary, great secondary, playmakers back there. The front's getting after, yesterday they had 9 sacks. I think in the first quarter they probably had like 5. Like, Carson Wentz running for his life, man. So again, this team is set up to make a run. And right now, it's a Super Bowl or bust for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I should have drafted this guy on my fantasy team. I knew I should have got Hurts. I went with Herbert, though. I got Herbert. I got Tua. I started Tua yesterday. But just this, like you said, man, and I think Slay said it a few weeks ago. They was asking Batman Robinson. He said, we got 3 Batmans. We got Swole Batman with AJ, Skinny Batman with Devontae, and then Fast Batman with Quez Watkins. And they all been eating, man. Like you mentioned, Goddard as well. He had a nice screenplay that he took to the crib yesterday. But Jalen Hurts, man, he willing and dealing from that pocket. And this is something that I saw. I didn't see it a lot in Bama. In Bama, he looked very limited, and that's why they went to Tua to be the quarterback because they could do more in the air. But then when he went to Oklahoma and playing in that Lincoln Riley system and the different type of reads and throws he had to make, obviously it's not like the NFL, but just to have that, you got Nick Saban and that type of coaching, all the things that he heard and saw day in and day out in Alabama. Then you go to Lincoln Riley, who I'm sure was a completely different style, but still, and he was a great leader. He continued to support his guys at Bama. And that's something you look for. At least I look for, especially quarterback prospects. And when he came out and replaced Carson in Philly, I felt like that was the right decision for Philly to make. And I'm sure they feel great about it now, man. But Howard Roseman did a great job building around him too. We always talk about quarterbacks and what they're doing and what they're not doing, but you got a great offensive line in front of them. You got great weapons around them. And then the play calling has been pretty good too. So you got to give credit all around the board when you look at this team and what they're doing, man. But not surprising me. I'm sure surprising some people. Definitely not surprising me with what they're doing early on in the year. This was easily a game that they could have, got caught slipping on the road, coming off a huge win on Monday night. But all gas, no breaks for this Philly team so far. Bunch of dogs down there.
Sure. And we talked about it earlier this year too, like just how we felt as though this was a big year for Hurts, being that, you bringing a lot of talent around them, and the team, Philly, the front office probably like, look, this is a year that, we need to see if we have our franchise quarterback. And so far early in the season, man, he's been showing out and he's been proving that, hey, I'm that guy.
Yeah, no question in my book right now. I'm good on him. I think coming into this year, I said, look, don't be afraid to expect, especially when you bring in a guy like AJ Brown, but don't be afraid to expand that passing game. And this was the same thing I was saying about Lamar. Like, I feel like some of these coaches, some of these play callers look at the player, look at the athlete and say, hey, okay, this is what we got in this guy. Let's keep it simple. 1-2 read. Let's mix some run game. Let's do this. Nah, man, open up that playbook. Let these guys show what they can do in the passing game. You can always use your legs as a quarterback. You can always go, okay, he's covered. They call the right play on defense. All right, let me extend the play, make a throw, or extend the play and get 12 and run out of bounds. Or shit, you got Lamar, you can just run for 70 and put it in paint yourself. But so special young talent at quarterback, and I love to see these guys flourishing. And Jalen Hurts is right at the top of that list. Somebody find me his MVP odds, please. What they started at preseason and what they're at now in the FanDuel Sportsbook. Please, if you'll be so kind. If you'll be so kind. Any takeaways from this Falcons at Seahawks game?
I didn't really catch too much of this game. Picked the Falcons to win. But Cordell Patterson, man, since he made that change, since he's been in the league, he's kind of been that Swiss Army knife where, play him at the wide out, put him in the backfield. But what he's doing in his new position out there in Atlanta, Just looking at his stat line, 17 carries, 141 yards in the tug. Like, man, like he's something serious, and that's good for Marcus Mariota, you know, to be able to have somebody. Then you obviously, you got some good young talent. You got Kyle Pitts at the tight end position, and you got Drake at the
Drake London, yeah.
So he has some talent there too. So good win for the Falcons. Good win for the Falcons, man. Seahawks, coming off that.
They tried to Falcon it too. They tried to Falcon it up.
Ain't no surprise. Seahawks, man, just it's rough over there. After that opening night win against the Broncos, I know emotions was flying high, but since then, man, it's rough over there. Again, I didn't see much of this game, but
yeah, I didn't see much of it either. I saw, I would see it in the box and I look at it a little bit, but Cordell Patterson, he was on my fantasy team. He was a starter for me. Had him at the flex. Then I traded him. Traded him to Zito. Zito got me. He got me. He got Cordell Patterson off my squad, and he went absolutely off. That was a bonehead decision by me. But back to Jalen Hurts. He opened up the season at plus 4,000 odds on the FanDuel Sportsbook, and now he is at plus 700. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and guess that was probably in the top 2 or 3 right now for the MVP ladder. Matter of fact, speaking of the MVP ladder, who's on AB? Who's the top 3 on your MVP ladder right now?
Right now. Oh, I'm gonna go. Josh Allen. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. And I'm going to go Tua.
Ooh, okay. I'm going Lamar Jackson.
Damn.
Now, you probably forgot about him. Probably slipped your mind.
I'm tripping.
Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. I want to go Josh Allen, but I'm going to go Tua anyway. He showed a lot of guts yesterday. Big plays, a big moment.
I'm tripping. I'm taking Tua off. Lamar, I'm tripping.
That's fair. I know he slipped your mind. We just talked about him. So, yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. Yeah. I'm tripping.
So that's the MVP ladder right now.
Hey, man. Now, Keeble. Panthers, man. I told y'all Panthers were gonna get their first win yesterday. 20-14. Saints don't it's looking a little.
Yeah, man. We had high hopes for this team.
It's looking a little funny over there. And your quarterback, Baker Mayfield, is not, and
this is not one of my teams.
Nah, it's not one of your teams, but your guy, you stood on the.
I've defended him.
You stood on the chair for him. I ain't gonna say you stood on the table, but you stood on the chair for him. Again, it's early. It's overreaction, but it just doesn't look. It doesn't look really good. It looks the same to me.
This guy might stink.
It looks the same to me. I know you was like this was a big upgrade from Sam Darnold.
Still agree on that.
But it looks the same. It looks the same Sam Darnold ran offense. If it wasn't for a great run by Shenault Jr., I don't know where we would be at in this game.
A great catcher run.
Great catcher run.
That was a great play, Baker Mayfield. He was about to throw in the middle. I said, nah, pump. Ooh, I'm going to throw the check down. Bing. But nah, Shenault. That was all on Shenault. That's why they brought him over. Great play. C-Mac, 25 carries yesterday, 108 yards. Baker Mayfield, like you said, though, wasn't a great showing. 12 for 25, 1 tud. That Shenault play we talked about.
Talk
I
to
don't
me.
know what's up. I don't know what's going on with the Saints, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, they look great on paper. Young rookie Olave went off yesterday. Jameis kind of always gets going in that fourth quarter. I know he's playing through some injuries, but once again, no excuses, no explanations when you take that field. They haven't found a way to get the wins that I thought they should be getting, man. Disappointed with this Saints starts, if I'm being honest, man. Very, very much so. Very disappointed with this squad.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Panthers. They got their first home win in over a year for the Panthers, man. A lot of people were preparing for Matt Rule to get fired after yesterday's game, but they figured out how to get a win. Big game, big win in the division too. Kamara is kind of AK is kind of looking.
Damn, I feel good about my picks yesterday.
And that Kamara, man, he was my first round pick on the fantasy team too. But so Nakiba said Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry got hurt. Stats Matt said Matt Rule should be in deep talks with Nebraska by now. So Kamara has the same injury as Herbert. Hey, look, guys and gals. It's the National Football League. When you show up to camp, you get your lanyard. That's the last time you're going to feel like that. It's a rough game. It's a violent game. Guys are playing through. What Jameis threw for 350 yesterday? My back, spinal, ankle, back. Hey, if you out there, you out there, man. Tua came back from the metaverse and got back in there and made some throws. The PAs.
I rob with the Dolphins, man. Hey, look, now you can see the culture shift. Hey, look, I'm thinking, you can see the culture shift. They went in there, Tua was like, hey, where you at? Hey, who we playing? They give you a question. She like, shit, like, we in Denver. Nah, we can't say that. No, we in Miami. They came together and say, look, we gonna say it was your back.
You remember that quarterback sneak to it early on? Nah, I don't.
They all roll with it. Culture shift. It's a culture change in the building.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. Teddy B.
Teddy B was, oh shit. Nah.
Hey, when Teddy Two Gloves came in that bit. Ooh. First of all, they brought gas. First play. Yeah. I said, oh shit. Second play. I said, yeah, Tua. I'll just come back with dark visor, hand that something got to give, bro. We need you out there. He came back, and you know what? One of the questions, kind of internally, didn't get out much, I don't think. But it was some questions about Tua's toughness. Early on, and if he could play through. Obviously, came in with an injury, but that was a question mark. So, in that locker room and in those stands, he won a lot of people over. And like you said, was it the right decision, player safety wise? If I'm being honest, no, it wasn't. Like we all saw it. We all saw his bell was rung. We all talked, player safety and concussion protocols and all that. My kids know that was a concussion. Yeah. So it wasn't the right decision as far as protecting that player, but I've also been in that locker room. I've also been in that helmet. Also have made a decision to go out there and play football when I know my body or my mind was not ready to play football. So that's the decision. Those are some of the decisions you make when you have that jersey on. That's just it's the reality and the nature of the game that we play in love. So with that being said, fins up.
Facts, man. I think we got like 2 more games we gotta touch on, then we get out of here. We got the Lions and the Vikings, man. The Lions being Lions, they came out, they had the game,
man,
under control first half, but just couldn't find a way to finish, man. And you can kind of see it was going that way. Fourth quarter, he was able to get the ball. You either got to score or be able to run the ball and run that timeout. When they kept punting, you can just kind of see it. Like, Detroit's going to Detroit. Yep. Shout out to the Vikings, was able to, do what they needed to do to get
They
this.
needed it too. They needed it.
Harrison Smith got injured. So hopefully, man to man, hopefully speedy recovery for our guy.
Definitely.
But the Lions going Lions, man. But again, as we say, man, the Lions, they gonna play tough.
Hey, one thing they're gonna do, they're gonna cover. They're gonna cover that motherfucking spread. So the Lions were 6 point. I mean, not the Lions. The Vikings were 6 point favorites at home. Lions came in, man, and even though it's no more victories, there's no more victories in the league, but they fought, they led for a lot of the time. But it's a fine line between winning and losing in this league, especially in your division. So they got to find a way to get this win and seal it up on the road. But shout out to the Vikings. They found a way to get this win at home once again after being embarrassed on a short week. So that's big. That's not easy to do.
Yeah. Rams Cardinals divisional matchup. Rams 2012. I think they really pretty much controlled this game. You see Brown here, 14 catches, 140 yards.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood go out there doing this thing. Akers 12 carries, 61 yards, 1 tug. Rams were able to get this win. Big win for them. Any thoughts on this game?
Like you said, Rams controlled it. Still waiting to see the Rams really come out and play how I expected them to play. I had high expectations for this squad. This is a divisional game, though, and once again, this is a National Football League, so it's going to be some tough games, tough battles. But still waiting for I think it's another year or two, and obviously we're early on in the season, first quarter of the season, but wait for this Rams team to hit that next gear, and I'm sure they are too. But the Cardinals got to figure it out, man, and they got to figure it out quick. I'm so happy Kyler was smart to steal early. Kyler, it was some interesting comments Kyler had after the game too. I'm not sure exactly what plays or players he may have been talking about, but he was saying like, "Hey, the style of play that I play, if you out there, you got to be awake at all times. You got to be live. Anybody can get the ball on any play. I basically have autonomy over the offensive play calls where I can change anything, get into anything I want to get to." I'm sure some people may question that. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? But his college guy, 14 catches, 140 yards, so he was productive. But that Cardinals team got to figure it out on offense and defense because they are a talented team and they should be competing and winning ball games in this league. But they lost this one at home. Rams won. Rams covered.
Yep. Man, two legends, Packers and Bucks. Packers able to hold the Bucks off, man. Bucks, at the end of the game, 2-point conversion failed. Rodgers was 27-35, 255 yards, 2 tugs. Brady was 31-42, 271 yards and 1 touchdown. Bucks, a lot of their big name guys on the side of the ball, receiver wise, was out of the game, but had some guys to step up. Signed Cole Beasley. Packers had some guys out as well, man. Tough game. Game. I think the defenses, man, they played well. Made plays when they needed to. I had the Packers in this one.
Yeah, you did. I had the Bucks. That defense, they have been playing so good, and they did play good. Only gave up 14 points to the Packers, and then the Packers defense played good as well. Obviously, the both teams were shorthanded, but the Bucks, you're missing Julio, missing Mike Evans, missing Chris Godwin. It came down to a 2-point conversion. Did get the ball off the leg game. Part of that was probably trying to get guys lined up. Couldn't get them lined up. That's part of it. Time they had a play right up the gut that would have tied the game up, but time expired. The play before, a lot of people were saying, "Hey, should have been delayed game, should have been this, should have been that." But AB's mentioned this before, like the refs, once that clock hit 0, it's like another, I guess, count that they give the team. And the ref that was in the booth also said no, that should not have been a delayed game, but. Close game, 14-12, ugly game. The under was a lock. Sammy Watkins, I believe, went to IR as well. for the Packers. Like I said, a lot of key pieces missing in this game. Ended up being a defensive battle by both squads, and Packers squeaked out a win. Man, it's tough to get wins in this league, and they got one, a big one. And this game last night, absolute stinker. No, AB said, "Oh, good defensive game, 3 phases of the game, snooze fest." The whole prime time slate this week.
Shout out defense.
Started out with the Browns Steelers on Thursday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, Broncos Niners. Broncos found a way to get another win, though. That defense balling. I don't think they've given up 20 points yet this season. And then the Niners, man, Jimmy G. Woo! That shit look bad.
Hey,
that shit look bad.
Shout out to Quell. I said the Quell. Damn. D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico Ryans, man. San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator. And then the Broncos defensive coordinator, Israel Evero. Hopefully I got that right. Hopefully I did not butcher that. It's good to see his progress through the league, man. When I was with the Niners, man, he was a GA. He was a GA, man. And just to see where he's come from, and now calling the game. And his defense out there flying around, man. Shout out to him, man. But defense, they played well last night. Again, it wasn't a high scoring game, and I don't think neither one of the quarterbacks played well. But hey,
Jimmy G stepped out the back of the damn end zone, snapped the ball at like 1 yard, I believe. So I don't know however many dropbacks he's had in his life. Like, you started outside of the goal line, you play action, and I'm watching it. I feel like it was like slow. I'm like, no. Motherfucker step back 1 foot, put the other foot back. I'm like, come on. And then threw a pick 6.
Hey, my man said Jimmy Gorlowski. Hey, I know Dan was excited for this one, boy.
Dan tweeted out like, vindication, freedom. Finally, another quarterback has done this shit. But man, that was bad, man. It was ugly, man. And you see all those weapons with the Niners, Debo, Kittle, Ayuk, and then you like, okay, even me. All right, this is why you go to the young guy. This is why you go to Trey Lance and see what else can we get out of this offense. But no excuse, no explanation, Jimmy. I know you haven't been taking the reps. You didn't have a preseason, but you out there. These your guys. It's a shame, coach. But this game, I don't care what this game was terrible.
Yeah. Defensive game. Typically, defensive games be like that.
Nah, I don't mind the Packers-Bucks game was a defensive game, but that was a better watch than this. I mean, you should always be able to flex games. We saw this a week ago. This is going to be a bad one. But then, so it was just sloppy. So many drop balls and motherfuckers run out the back. How you get a safety and a pick 6 on the same play? Man, turn this shit off.
Hey, shout out Jimmy G, man. That was your quarterback.
Shout out Jimmy G. Hey,
best quarterback room in football.
Right. Come on, let's move on from that, man. Players mess up.
Quote it.
Players mess up, man.
Quote from Darius Butler.
Players mess up, man. And speaking of players messing up, somebody asked a great question about our funniest plays. I've talked about my funniest play a few times on a few different platforms. AB has as well. And Tone, our producer, put together this clip, and he actually found the footage. I ain't seen this footage since it happened, really. But here's the footage of the infamous plays for me and AB's career.
It's funniest play of D-Butt and AB's careers, like the one they think back on and laugh every time.
I've told the story a few times, but first game, last play of the game, one of those, offense tossing the ball around, throwing it back, and I'm just flying around like a chicken with his head cut off, bounced off 4 different dudes, missed four tackles on one play. And every time I tell a story and think about it, that's definitely something to laugh. I got to find the actual video of that.
Man, playing against the Tennessee Titans at home. I think it was before the half. Long field goal. Yo, AB, if the kick falls short, return that thing. But I had to run probably 140 yards on that play. And I got caught like the 3-yard line.
Jumped on you.
Monkey jumped up. Not no monkey, like a beast jumped on my back. But
we got to find that video too.
It's out there.
The video was indeed out there. Hey, you ain't get to the 3-yard line either. You that was more like the 8.
Bro, my damn hammies was about to. I felt about the back, my little back tighten up.
But that hair go back. Ball security got weak. You got to get the pay, AB. But
look, hey, I will say this about your play. Now, when you had the pros and the cons, right? The pro, that's the type of player I want on my team. That's the type of player I want on my team. He's hustling, he's getting up, he's running after the ball. The con, horrible tackler. Terrible on that play. Terrible.
I don't know what else, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna play it one more time after the outro, but man, I couldn't believe that. He head down, eyes closed. Then I could have got the fumble recovery too.
Man.
Oh, bad, man. But hey, appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with us. Another Overreaction Monday. We're going into week 4 now. Who's the Thursday night game?
I have no.
I think that's Cincy. It might be Cincy Dolphins.
I think you're right.
Hey Siri, who plays on Thursday Night Football this week?
I think it is.
The Bengals play the Dolphins on Thursday at 8:15 p.m.
Yeah, so we got another Amazon Thursday Night Football. Cincy Dolphins. Time to go up. 4-0.
4-0.
Short week. Do they crumble under the NFLPA's pressure in Miami and put 2 in a protocol?
Yep.
I say we stick with our story, guys. I say we stay.
You got to.
Okay? You got to stick with the back.
Yeah, now you got to stick to the story. Picks tonight, man. Cowboys, Giants in NY City at MetLife. I got the New York Giants. D-Butt has the
Dallas Cowboys.
Cooper
Rush, Micah Parsons, Noah Brown, Michael Gallup potentially makes his return to the lineup as well. I got the Cowboys winning tonight.
Man, Giants, they in that all white. You see it? They in that all white tonight.
Oh, it's a whiteout tonight?
Yeah, whiteout tonight. They in that all white.
Oh shit, it's a whiteout tonight. Oh, that shit don't mean nothing, man.
They in that all white tonight.
That shit don't mean nothing.
Hey, man.
I like that under too, Jesse Cheese. I like that under a lot. 39.5. This might be one, man. But appreciate y'all, man. We see y'all Thursday. We'll have our Thursday night game preview. Look ahead to the weekend. Obviously, we'll talk about this Monday night game as well. And as always, taking questions, comments, concerns, using that hashtag M2M Live. Yeah, man, appreciate y'all. Barkley rushed for 200 tonight. Okay, they've been leaning on 2-6. Love to see him healthy out there. Daniel Jones taking care of the ball. Can he make some plays, though? Does Kenny Golladay get involved tonight?
I don't know about that one. That's a good question.
We'll find out on the next episode.
It's gonna be a good one. Do the Giants? Can the Giants get to 3-0?
3-0. That'd be shocking. Giants 3-0. Raiders 0-3. Who saw that coming? Potentially. I got the Cowboys winning tonight, man. But I appreciate y'all once again. We're gonna hit the outro and then we're gonna run these plays back one more game, man. 21-10. Stephen Norris says. Let's watch this. We'll see y'all on
Thursday. Tell a friend to tell. Nah, go ahead. You good. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like, subscribe, baby. All that good stuff.
You heard it, man.
but I ain't put the video up. Hold on. I got it for y'all. There you go. It's funniest play of D-Butter and AB's careers, like the one they think back on and laugh every time.
I've told the story a few times, but first game, last play of the game, one of those, offense tossing the ball around, throwing it back, and I'm just flying around like a chicken with his head cut off, bounced off 4 different dudes, missed four tackles on one play. And every time I tell this story and think about it, that's definitely something to laugh. I got to find the actual video of that.
Man, playing against the Tennessee Titans at home, I think it was before the half, long field goal. Yo, AB, if the kick falls short, return that thing. But I had to run probably 140 yards on that play. And I got caught like the 3-yard line.
Jumped on you.
Monkey jumped up. Not no monkey, like a beast jumped on my back. But
we got to find that video too.
It's out there.
Man.
Peace, man. Y'all have a good week. Nakiba said it. 20 minutes of cardio. I got my workout in this morning, man. Y'all get moving this week, man. Y'all do something.
Hey. Everybody out there. Joe fat ass up. All right. Joe fat ass up. Or in my case, Joe skinny ass up. Hit the weight room. Whatever you got to do, man. Let's get right.
Peace.
Don't.